So, the process of efficiently converting the output of either an analog or digital source into a sequence of binary digits is known as source encoding. This magical process, like a spell cast by a skilled sorcerer, transforms the raw sprawling information into compact, elegant sequence of ones and zeros ready to be sent across the route of digital communication. Now we are going into the digital modulator. The digital modulator. The binary sequence is passed to a digital modulator which converts sequence into electrical signals so that this could be transmitted through a channel. So imagine an alchemist who takes a string of enchanted runes and transforms them into glowing ethereal light ready to travel through a magical conduit. The digital modulator maps the binary sequence into single signal waveforms. For example, if we represent 1 by sin x and 0 by cos x, then we transmit sin x for 1 and cos x for 0. Envision this alchemist delicately crafting different shapes of light for each ray. One shape dances like a sine wave, and others hums steadily like a cosine wave. These lights shimmer through the conduit, each shape carrying its unique message. Now we are going to talk about the transmitter. The transmitter TX is a collection of electronic circuits designed to convert the information into a signal suitable for transmission over a given communication medium. So now picture a grand wizard's workshop filled with intricate machinery. Here, raw messages enter and are magically transformed into signals that can traverse great distances. That is, the transmitter processes the input signal to produce information. For example, in radio broadcasting, the electrical signals obtained from the sound signal is processed to restrict its range of audio frequencies and is often amplified. The wizard refines each message, filtering out unnecessary parts and amplifying the essence and ensuring it is powerful enough to be heard and far and wide. Most of the transmitters have built-in amplifier circuits. These circuits amplify the incoming signals into bracket information before transmission, which helps in faithful reception of the transmitted information at the receiver end. All these are done so that the transmitted signal could suit the characteristic of the transmission channel. Within the workshop, the wizard's enchanted amplifier boosts the signals, preparing them for their journey through the enchanted forest or bustling cities, ensuring that each message reaches its destination clear and intact. So we are going to now move on to the channel. The channel, also known as the communication channel, is the physical medium that is used for transmitting signals from transmitter to receiver. So think of a communication channel like a magical tunnel that lets messages travel from one place to another. It acts partly as a filter to attenuate the signal and its waveform. The signal attenuation increases with the length of the channel, varying from a few percent for short distances to others of very high magnitude. Imagine this tunnel being long and winded. The further the message travels, the more tired it gets, sometimes arriving a little faint and weak. The waveform may be distorted because of the different amounts of attenuation and phase shifts suffered by the different frequency components of the signal. Picture the message as a fancy dance. Different parts of the dance might be a bit wobbly or out of sync as it travels through the tunnel, making it look a bit different at the end. Depending on the type of communication medium, the communication system may be classified as either the wire or line communication channels based on guided propagation. II. We have the wireless or radio communication channels based on free propagation. Now these tunnels can be made of different materials. Some are made of wires like wood, wire or line communication that guide the message perfectly. Others are open paths like the open sky, wireless or radio communication, which makes where messages fly through the air like magical birds. Thus, the communication channel can be a channel based on the guided propagation, such as a pair of conducting wires or coaxial cables or optical fiber, or it can be that of a channel based on free propagation, such as free space of radio link. So our magical tunnels can be made of shiny metal wires, glass fibers, or just invisible paths in the air. For traditional telephony, this channel is wide. In wireless systems, this channel is mainly the atmosphere. There are optical channels, underwater acoustic channels, etc. So for old-fashioned phones, the message just travel through the metal wires. For mobile phones, they flow through the air. There are even special tunnels under the sea or made of lights for messages to travel through. So as you can see here, we are going to have the channels, then we have wired, wireless. So under wired, we have the telephone channels as we've spoken about, coaxial cable and optical fiber. And under the wireless, we have the wireless broadcast channels, the satellite channels, the mobile radio channels. Now let's talk about noise. Noise is a random undesirable energy or sign that enters the communication system through the communication channel or medium and enters with the transmitted message or signal. So imagine noise as mischievous little gremlins that sneak into magical tunnels, causing trouble for the messages trying to pass through. The noise signal is random in character and may interfere with the signal at any point in a communication system. For example, some noise is produced in the receiver, however, it has great effect on the signal in the channel. These gremlins can pop up anywhere, sometimes at the start, sometimes in the middle, or even at the end of the tunnel, making the message all jumbled and confused. They can be natural or man-made. These pesky gremlins come from different places. Some are born from nature like thunder and lightning, while others are created by humans like bars from electronic devices. Noise is one of the serious problems of electronic communication. However, it cannot be completely eliminated. These gremlins are a big headache for our magical tunnels. No matter how hard we try, we can't completely get rid of them. But in a perfect world, we would not want them to exist. Fortunately, there are ways to deal with noise and reduce the possibility of degradation of the signal due to noise. But don't worry, there are special spells and tricks that can help protect the message from these naughty gremlins, making sure they arrive safely and clearly at the other end.